Hi, everybody. It's January 24th, 2026. Um, a lot of people like to reference energy and how it manifests and determines certain experiences in our life. But on the total, energy is mysterious and it's elusive to really define because with energy, you could feel certain things, but energy is so pervasive that it's beyond our senses sometimes. So no matter how attuned and how present we feel, there are some energy consequences that we can't even really determine if they're actually there or not. We can't even guess that they're there because energy is the basis of life, and so the subsystems, the mechanisms of life and the energy that goes with that and those driving forces, they act upon us in the invisible, in the unsensed. So when you're trying to make sense of things, you try to quantify it or qualify it with energy talk, you might not have a real grasp on what is happening. And this is normal. This is not because you're not spiritual that you're not special. This is normal. As as being human, as being people, our awareness is only so deep and so wide. It's not that we aren't experiencing the deep things, but our awareness, our conscious awareness of how things are working, isn't so wide and so deep. And so this mysterious part of life that we find ourselves in, we have to make the best of what we can with the faculties that we have. And this is the beauty of life, that we are we are so small compared to God, but we can experience great things and epic things without even understanding an iota of what they really consist of. So if you are feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling lost and you can't define how you feel or what you're going through, that's not a marker for being discouraged. That's just the nature of life. And you will make a way and you will overcome with as little information as you have. So this gets me to thinking about the situation where, the type of situations where you understand what is going on, you understand how you're feeling, you understand the offense and the defense of the situation, but you can't make it a go away. So once you, if you understand the situation and it won't go away and you're just waiting for it to go away, what can happen is that your patience may run out. And when your patience runs out, you are being led back into, almost, it feels like you're lowering yourself into the point where you don't understand the situation anymore because you have been dealing with it for so long that that losing your patience makes you lower yourself into battling with the certain situation when you were above it. It's because your patience has is starting to wane, that you're not as forgiving, you're not as willing to tolerate this ongoing offense, this ongoing annoyance. And so as your patience runs out, your viewpoint lowers and lowers until you are battling with something or somebody that is functioning at a lower level that's trying to pull you down. And the best way to deal with that type of situation is um, to disregard your pride. If people are looking and you understand that they are waiting to see how you react, walking away and not dealing with it is not a sign of weakness. Not a sign of weakness. It's more of a protection of um, your inner reflect it's a protection of your reflection of your spiritual self as you relate to your life. So you may have seemed to have lost the respect of people that saw you walk away, but in the spiritual walk, the level of respect that people have for you or they don't have for you doesn't determine your success. It doesn't determine um, your place in this world. Your place when you're following God and you have a higher understanding, uh, your reputation takes a lower seat it takes a lower spot in your consciousness, in your awareness, and what is more important is developing a depth to attack life and to deal with life in a more beneficial manner for you and your family and your friends. So another thing that happens when you are understand the situation, but it persists and it's causing disruption. What can happen is it renews itself. You wouldn't think that it would have the capacity to renew itself, but it will come at you with more slick ways to hook you. You know, it's going to try to attack, as I said before, it's going to try to attack your pride. It's going to try to diminish you and disrespect you so keenly that it's going to make you turn and lose your understanding of the situation, or it's going to take hostage mentally of something that you care about, and it's going to try to pervert it and goad you into attacking what you have a higher understanding of in the situation. Many tactics are used to bring you back down to that level that they are operating at. And so when things or people that you love are not literally but metaphorically being threatened or being diminished in your mind, if they are not in any close present danger, you have to realize that in mind, in spirit, on the inside, you have to be willing to lose everything, to lose your progress. You got to be willing to lose the feeling of proximity to the things and people that you love. You got to be willing to lose everything. And when you are truly willing to lose everything to remain spiritual and remain wise and understanding, when you're willing to lose everything, what you find is you never lose it. If you close that back door and stand your ground and keep your understanding and focus intact, you will never lose what is yours and what you truly care about and what you usually love, even though it's threatened that you will lose it, or it's threatened that they will harm what you have. As long as it remains internal in the spiritual battle, standing your ground, you're going to find how strong and how much God is on your side. And the last thing I can say about looking down on understanding and it persists and what happens is you get to see unresolved issues from your past, or unresolved issues in general. These are going to be brought up. These are going to make you feel ashamed and make you feel fearful. They're going to make you or try to bring you out of character. And so even if you fail and fall into it because these sensitive areas are broached in front of you or inside of you, this is a great time to learn what is unresolved. And when you learn what is unresolved, when the situation is over, you have time to deal with them and time to give them closure. And this isn't easy, because when you're dealing with things that are sensitive to you or insecure, the things that you hold inside that are insecure in your understanding, you aren't going to feel good dealing with them and acknowledging them. But if you consistently try to bring closure to them and understanding, and maybe sometimes you just have to forget about them and let go. Once these issues are brought up, just make a note of them, so when you go further, they aren't a surprise to you and they won't impede you. So closure is never a thing that you handle quickly, and if it is, it's a blessing. But usually closure doesn't happen quickly. So I would say just be patient and note what is brought up so that they won't surprise you again. So I hope this helps. Thanks.